as we know, World War II ended, and thus the conflict between the Arabs and the Jews continued tremendously. The British continued restricting immigration after World War II, even to the point that they started to have a blockade. And this was unfathomable. The Jews cannot come to, they've lost everything, but they could not come. In fact, there was a very famous scene where the British, in their blockade, prevented the Jews from coming. They put them in internment camps in Cyprus. And like the world was aghast. What is this? And finally, the British got to the point where they could no longer maintain any semblance of balance of control. And so they said to now what is at that point called the United Nations, they say, we are going to hand the whole problem over to you. You must have a solution. If you do not find a solution to this problem, we will leave, and we will leave it to utter chaos. And they set a deadline, May 15th, 1948. We are leaving, and we will leave it in utter chaos on that date, May 15th, 1948. So they said to the United Nations, you have until then to address this problem. So they took it up. And the United Nations, in one of their first very significant decisions, decided on a solution. Their solution is very, very important. Their solution was to divide or to partition the land of Palestine into a Israeli or Jewish partition and an Arab. And it was very complex. The borders of this partition plan were quite complex. The vast majority of the United Nations partition plan gave the land predominantly to the Arabs. It was strongly favoring to the Arabs. I forgot the percentage, let's say maybe 90% of the land of Palestine was designated for the Arabs, reserved for them. The remaining partition was for the Jews. The vote was 33-13 in favor of this partition plan. Now, I want to ask a question. What would have happened if the Arabs accepted this plan? Well, what happened was the United Nations voted on this plan, and the Arabs rejected it outright, flat out rejected it. They were not going to concede 1 square foot of land. No, flat out, 100% completely rejected it in its entirety. No, not a chance. No. The Jews accepted it, even though it gave them a sliver of land. In their perspective, a little is better than none. At least we have something. At least we have a homeland. They accepted it. The Arabs flat out rejected it. Now, what was the deadline given by the British? May 15th. So, on the evening of May 14th, with the day before the Sabbath, the evening of May 14th, David Ben-Gurion, who would be designated the new Prime Minister of Israel, went on national radio that was broadcast around the world that on this date, May 14th, 1948, we accept the United Nations plan And we declare, therefore, that we are the state of Israel as of May 14th, 1948.